Hi, I'm Arav Nagar, a student at FCS Innovation Academy in Georgia. Today, I want to talk about how we measure success in investing and why the way most people do it is fundamentally flawed. InvestBar is built to redefine how investors understand whether their portfolio is actually working for their life. 100 million people are measuring their financial success against a number built in 1957 for something completely different. You see 7%, the S&P says 14%. You feel behind, you react, but the benchmark was never built for your life. That's the gap InvestBar closes. The S&P 500 was created in 1957 to measure the performance of 500 large-cap US corporations. That is literally all it was designed to do. But every investment platform, Robinhood, Betterment, Wealthfront, Fidelity, uses it as the default measure of whether you are personally succeeding, which is a misapplication and costs people real money every single day. InvestBar is the first financial benchmarking platform that replaces the S&P 500 with the personal investment benchmark. Your PIB is built from the top performing investors who started where you are, not the median, the 25% quartile. For the first time, you know whether you're doing well for your life. Look at the strategy canvas. Every platform competes on price, ease of use, asset variety, analytics, and social features. Their value curves are nearly identical. That's the red ocean. But on the right side, benchmark relevance, life stage calibration, and cohort intelligence, competitors score zero. That's where InvestBar plays. That's the blue ocean. InvestBar's market is massive. Tier 1 is 27 million active retail investors reacting to the S&P without a relevant benchmark. Tier 2 is 45 million who want to invest but don't know what success looks like for their situation. Tier 3 is 70 plus million Americans investing only through 401ks who have never been questioned about whether the S&P is even right for them. The ERRC grid shows how InvestBar achieves differentiation and low cost simultaneously. We eliminate the S&P 500 as a personal benchmark and reduce the cost of personalized insight from $200 an hour to around $10 a month. Most importantly, we create what doesn't exist today, the personal investment benchmark, the bar score, the opportunity number, and the cohort strength rate. That's the blue ocean. This 2P strategy canvas shows the cultural shift. The red line represents the industry average, optimized for transactions, not understanding. The gold line represents InvestBar, maintaining parity on price and usability while redefining what value means in investing. The gap on the right isn't incremental improvement. It's a redefinition of the competitive factors themselves. That is why it is in competition. It's a category creation. InvestBar has three parts. First, the personal investment benchmark, built from the top performing investors who are started in your age, income, and life cohort. Second, the bar score and opportunity number, a 0 to 100 score showing where you stand and a forward-looking dollar estimate of closing the gap. Third, the cohort trends feed, monthly anonymized allocation shifts from your benchmark group. It replaces market noise with live calibrated measurement. The buyer utility map reveals a massive white space. Most platforms optimize for purchase and delivery, onboard and trade execution, but investors spend 99% of their time in the use stage, checking performance and making decisions. Today, no platform delivers meaningful value there. InvestBar dominates the use stage, driving simplicity, clarity, and risk reduction. That's the uncontested space it owns. InvestBar is difficult to replicate for three structural reasons. First, incentive misalignment. Many brokerages profit from trading frequency, while InvestBar reduces overtrading by showing when your portfolio is already aligned. Second, platform agnostic design. Incumbents can only benchmark their own customers, while InvestBar works across brokerages to create a unified live stage benchmark. Third, the data mode. As users join, InvestBar builds a longitudinal dataset that becomes harder to replicate over time. There are four revenue tiers. Tier 1 is employer financial wellness, positioned as a financial stress reduction benefit. Tier 2 is business to business data licensing to ETF providers, insurers, and research institutions. Tier 3 is advisor white label at $99 per month. Tier 4 is retail subscription free $10 and $30, acting as the acquisition engine that strengthens the tiers above. InvestBar is not just an idea, it's a fully researched concept. The Federal Reserve dataset has been validated as foundation, and all Blue Ocean frameworks are mapped, including regulatory, sample size, cold start, and copy risk addressed. Thank you.